Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use R and RStudio to script and analyze certificate category development permit data. So here, this is the main UI from the RStudio. Those are the library I'm going to use it in this small project. And this is my working folder. So they will change my working folder to my mini project folder. After that, here is the code. This part is the code to scrape data from a certificate category open dataset website. So this you can download the development permit data from certificate category in the past several years. This download will take about 5 minutes to load. Alternatively, I've already downloaded data, so here we can just load data into this project. See here, you can see the data is already here. If you scroll down, you can see this is a really big data set. It has 137,000 rows of data. It contains the development permit certificate category issued in the past, I don't know how many years. So I'm interested to see in certificate category which community has the most infill development in the past several years. So a little background on infill development is because there is lots of old community in certificate category which were built in 1930, 1940. So the developers want to buy those pieces of land and demolish it and rebuild that into 2 houses or 4 houses. You already call that the duplex or fourplex or even row house. So I want to see which community in Calgary has the most infill development in the past 10 years. Okay, so the first thing I noticed is, see the category, the data here. There is some residential development permit, but there is also some commercial development permit. So for rebuild, it belongs to residential. So the first step here is I want to filter data to residential only. So if I highlight this one and run this thing, now if we go back to the data again, oops, wrong data one. Oh, no, I haven't built it yet. So here's the code. So I'm filter data to the residential only, and also I can filter data with the land using strict with MCG, RC2, and RCG. Those are the land zoning code which allow us to build the infill in inner city Calgary. So if you run code here, now we go back to the dataset again. Now you can see, so all the category now is just residential data. And if we scroll to the right, see the land use district. So it's either R2, RC2, MCG, or RCG. So those are the land zoning allowing us to build the infills. And here's the code, because there are so many fields in this dataset which won't be useful to our study. So here I just delete them. Basically assign down value to this attribute, so it will automatically delete them. And here I want to filter data to starting from 2018 and 2008. So anything before 2008, I'm not interested. Now if you go back here, there's one row. So here is the applied date. So we see now everything is after 2008. Now, next step, I write this data into a CSV file because in my second part of mini project, I'm going to use Spotfire to analyze data and do the visualization. So this will be the CSV file will be the input file to my spot file. Okay, now this one and can filter the status of the development permit to released only, because there's some application, there are some development permits under evaluation or just submitted. So we want to see the permit with the status of released only. And I'm going to group the data by community name, and I'm going to summarize the development permit by each community. Then next one, I'm going to arrange the permit count. So if I run the code here, you'll see it generate another data frame. Now here, you can see all the development permit is organized and sorted by the community name. So now I already got my answer. Basically, I want to know which community has the most infill development in the past since 2008. So you can see the most community is called El Tardo. Next one is Mount Pleasant, West Hillhurst, Richmond, Killarney, Renfield, Hillhurst, Capitol Hill, Tuxedo Park, then Bridgeland. So if you know Calgary very well, then you know those communities are really, we call inner city area of city of Calgary. Okay, that's my main purpose of this analysis. After that, I did some correlation between the infill development and oil price. This is just for my personal interest. So here, I want to know if the Calgary's infill development is associated with the WTI oil price or not. So here, first of all, I download the oil price. As you can see here. Second, I combine the oil price and the infill permit data all together. So as you can tell, I can plot data here. So this is a infill average price versus the infill. This is the permit count. So sorry, this is the oil price. This is the how many development permit. Now I want to do a linear regression between them. Okay. If you summary, you can tell the R square here is 0.079, and the p-value is quite small, but it's not quite good. But as you can see here, there is quite a lot outlier in the data set. Okay, from what we learned from the study, from the data analytics course, so we know when we should remove some outliers. So we follow the rule from the class. We remove some outliers, and I do the fit again, the linear regression again. Now you can see, so some outliers is already gone. Now I redo the linear regression. So this time I get the R square of 22.22%. And this time the p-value is even getting smaller. So means the oil price and the development permit of the infill houses in city of Calgary are strongly correlated. Okay, this is my part 1. My part 2 will be the data visualization. So stay tuned.